Thank you for joining us on the news update on Enyimba TV. I am Mary Ihejirika. Deputy National Chairman of Labour Party, C.K. Igara, has clarified the process for approving candidates for the November 2 local government election in Abia State, insisting that any nomination form not issued by the National Secretariat and screened by the NWC-appointed committee is not genuine. Igara, in a monitored interview, emphasized the importance of adhering to the party's constitution and guidelines by ensuring internal democracy in Labour Party. He announced that his team had successfully conducted primary elections to nominate candidates for approval by the National Secretariat. Despite the ongoing crisis within the Labour Party in Abia State, he expressed no regrets over supporting Dr. Alex Oti's emergence as the party's governor, but emphasized that the administration must work closely with the party to ensure peace and stability. The Labour Party in Abia State has been grappling with internal conflicts since the expanded stakeholders meeting in Umuahia, which established an interim committee to manage party affairs. The pump price of fuel in Abia has significantly decreased, falling from 1,300 naira and 1,350 naira per litre to a range of 1,200 naira to 1,150 naira per litre. This reduction follows the Nigeria National Petroleum Company (NNPC) opening its portal for direct requests and payments from members of the Independent Petroleum Marketers Association of Nigeria (IPMAN), allowing several petroleum marketers in Aba and Umuahia source fuel directly from the NNPC, leading to the decline in prices. In a recent interview, Mazi Oliver Okolo, the executive chairman of the Ipman Aba branch, attributed the price drop to enhanced supply flows from the NNPC and expressed optimism for further reductions. Additionally, Okolo urged collaboration between the state government, the NNPC, and the federal government to facilitate fuel deliveries to the Aba depot, along with necessary infrastructure improvements for access to the depot. Justice Emeka Nwite of the Federal High Court in Abuja has granted a bail variation for 5 #EndBad Governance protesters, reducing the bail amount to 5 million naira each. Enyimba TV gathers that 5 of the 10 #EndBad Governance protesters who were previously remanded in prison by the federal government have struggled to meet the original bail conditions. The new conditions set by the court are for 5 million naira bail each, with one surety in the same amount. The surety must be a close relative, specifically a father or mother, or another blood relative residing within the jurisdiction if neither parent is available. The defendants had pleaded not guilty to the charges brought against them by the Inspector General of Police. The ruling All Progressives Congress says it is not losing sleep or threatened by the proposed alliance between the new Nigeria People's Party, Rabiu Kwankwaso, and Peter Obi of the Labour Party ahead of the 2027 presidential election. The National Publicity Director of the APC, Bala Ibrahim, in an interview declared that the touted Obi-Kwankwaso alliance would fail again as it did ahead of the 2023 presidential election. According to him, a lack of trust will always be an issue between Obi and Kwankwaso, and neither of them will be willing to concede their ambition to become president. Enyimba TV recalls Kwankwaso in a recent post said he would not mind being Obi's running mate in 2027 if certain conditions, which he did not disclose, were met. President Bola Tinubu is urging Governor Siminalayi Fubara, political leaders, and their supporters in Rivers State to exercise restraint and uphold the rule of law. In a statement signed by his special advisor on information and strategy, Bayo Onanoga, the president ordered the police to guard public facilities to restore and maintain peace, law, and order immediately. He urged the political actors and their supporters to settle their differences in court, saying self-help has no place in a democratic system. The statement is titled, President Tinubu decries violence in Rivers, directs police to provide security to local government offices. Kogi State government has approved the sum of 72,500 naira as minimum wage for the state civil servants and local government workers. The state governor, Osman Ododo, disclosed this while receiving the report of the State Minimum Wage Committee set up by the government to look into the implementation of the new minimum wage for the workers at the Banquet Hall Government House in Lokoja. He also stated that consequential adjustment will be done to cut across all categories of workers in the state, stressing that the move was in the fulfillment of the promises made to serve the people. You're watching Enyimba TV News. After the short break, the news continues shortly with business and sports update. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back, and thank you for staying tuned. Residents of Nkwangwa, a major road in Aba State, have lamented the deplorable state of the road and are appealing to the state government to urgently rehabilitate the road to save the residents and traders from untold hardship. The traders who spoke to Enyimba TV were seen clutching their footwears in their hands as they cried out profusely on how their businesses have been badly affected as a result of water overtaking the road that leads into the market. Mr. Maxwell, who has been trading under this deplorable road for the past few years, appealed to the government to help the traders by permanently fixing the road and other roads that link to the market. Mrs. Josephine, a distributor on drinks, also appealed to the state government to judiciously utilize the levies being generated in the markets by reconstructing the road, stating a lot of money is being generated in the various markets in Aba, which are enough to fix the roads that lead into these various markets. She said Aba, being the commercial nerve center of the state, has various big markets which are being patronized from across the country and beyond. But one of the major challenges hindering the commercial activities are bad roads. For Mr. Goswill, a commercial bus driver, and many other residents who do business along the Ungwa Road, which is one of the most populated areas of Aba, the inability of the state government to repair the roads will remain a nightmare and decline in commercial activities in the markets. And on business, the supply of crude oil in Naira to the Dangote Petroleum Refinery by the Nigerian National Petroleum Company Limited is to last for 6 months in the first instance, pending a further review by the Technical Subcommittee on Domestic Sales of Crude Oil in Local Currency. Multiple sources from the committee and the Dangote refinery confirmed that the Naira for crude deal would last 6 months in the first phase because crude oil, being an international product, is priced in dollars. Meanwhile, Bloomberg reported that the federal government was set to deliver up to 400,000 barrels of Nigerian crude oil daily to the Dangote refinery. The report said the development is expected to take place over the next 2 months, amounting to 24 million barrels of Nigerian crude oil supply between October and November 2024. And finally, on sports, Super Eagles call-ups Wilfred Ndidi and Benjamin Tanimu failed to hit the team's training camp in Uyo yesterday after their local flight out of Lagos was cancelled at the last minute. It was also learned that Super Eagles assistant coach Daniel Ogumodede was also affected by this cancellation. The Ibom Air flight was originally scheduled to take off by 3 p.m. before it was delayed severally and eventually cancelled. The airline later announced that the new departure of this flight to Uyo is now 6:30 a.m. this morning. The Super Eagles camp opened yesterday in Uyo ahead of the double-header 2025 AFCON qualifier against Libya's Mediterranean Knights this Friday in the Akwa Ibom state capital, and the reverse fixture away on Tuesday, October 15, in the former Muammar Gaddafi-led country. Meanwhile, with barely 3 days to the back-to-back AFCON 2025 qualifiers, internal strife has crept into the camp of Libya as the new coach brought in at the last minute is finding it difficult to raise a formidable team for the 2 rounds of matches. A Libyan publication, Libya News 24, noted yesterday that part of the headache of the Mediterranean Knights coach, Nassau Al-Hadiri, is that some of the invited players have refused to honor the call, making things difficult for the coach to put up a good squad for match day 3 and 4 fixtures against Nigeria. Libya are at the bottom of the standings after losing their first 2 matches. And that's our package of news for now. Please join us for more updates in our subsequent bulletins. Meanwhile, don't forget to subscribe to this channel on YouTube. Click on the notification bell to receive alerts when new videos are uploaded. Thank you for watching. On behalf of the production team, I am Mary Ihejirika saying to have yourself an amazing day.